High on Life is finally here. Is it worth your time? The Series S is receiving this exciting update this week. This highly anticipated title is leaving Xboxes behind. Xbox is saying goodbye to this. Let's discuss. If you want to make sure that you're Xbox ready this holiday season, I have links down in the description below with all sorts of stuff down there. Consoles, controllers, headsets, TVs, washing machines. What's up guys, and welcome back to another edition of Xbox Ready. You know how this goes. I gather up some stories from around the industry, from around the internet, to keep you up to date on all things Xbox, to make sure that you are Xbox ready. First up, let's talk about Squanch Games' High on Life. Now, ever since I saw this game showcased at the Xbox Bethesda show in June, it's been pretty high on my list. I've been wanting to try this game. It was supposed to come out in October, got delayed until December, but now it's finally out and it's available on Game Pass. So first of all, this game oozes Rick and Morty energy. It's made by Justin Roiland's game studio, Squanched Games, like I mentioned earlier. And the whole premise is that you're this guy chilling on Earth, and then this cartel of aliens comes down, invades Earth, with the sole purpose of getting high on humans. Like, they smoke humans and they get like this euphoric rush from it. So you escape Earth with the help of this talking gun, and it becomes your mission to hunt down the prominent members of this cartel that has taken over Earth. The whole draw of this game is the humor, I would say. The combat mechanics, they're pretty solid. There's nothing super crazy or new. It can be a little bit clunky at times. I was personally impressed by the traversal options. You have a knife that also talks, spoiler alert, and you can use that knife to swing around the map and do different things. You can juggle enemies with your glob shot, and then when you shoot them in the air, it does more damage. So there's like some combo synergy going on there. It's not really grabbing me as of yet. There is this parry mechanic with your knife as well, but again, nothing super groundbreaking. They're not redefining the FPS genre with any of the mechanics here. As you progress further in the game, your abilities open up some really interesting combos, like you get a dash option that you can use to swing and then dash through the air, and you use that a lot because there is some light platforming in this game as well. Again, nothing too crazy, but some of my favorite parts of this game was when I was just like swinging around to different mushroom caps, and this really like calm retro music beat was playing in the background, versus like when there was a ton of enemies on screen and everyone was like saying wacky Rick and Morty-esque stuff. I'm super glad that this game got a day one patch, because at launch, it was kind of rough. Every time I interacted with like a door or the bounty hunter machine, my game would like freak out and start stuttering. The characters were freaking out and shaking. Every time they introduced a boss, same thing. It was like they were all like jittery and shaky. I was like, what's going on? And I also straight up couldn't buy anything from the vendors of the game. Since the patch, it's been running a lot better, but there are some points where I have to restart the game in order to continue. For example, I experienced this bizarre glitch when I stepped outside, and if I jumped, I would just indefinitely float up until I hit the ceiling, and if there was no ceiling, I was just stuck floating. This was before I got the jetpack. High on Life may not be the savior that Xbox needs after a slow 2022, but I found it super enjoyable, it was entertaining, and I highly recommend that you check it out. Oh, and big shout out to my friend Mike Green, who animated one of the shorts that appear in the interdimensional cable that they have in this game. It's called The Michael Show. Look out for it. It's awesome. If you're a member of Game Pass Ultimate, or if you have Xbox Live Gold, congratulations! You have some free games to work through this weekend. You'll be able to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dragon Ball The Breakers, and WWE 2K22 until late Sunday night. Now, for a lot of Xbox fans, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is probably the closest we'll ever get to playing God of War Ragnarok on your Xbox console. And I gotta be honest, it's surprising to me that Assassin's Creed Valhalla has not made its way over to Game Pass yet. They put Origins on there, they put Odyssey on there. They might as well finish like this role-play trilogy that they got and put Valhalla on there as well. It's especially strange because Assassin's Creed Valhalla is over there on PS Plus Extra, so it's like, what's going on here? Did Sony sign some sort of contract saying, okay, you can't put Valhalla on Game Pass until a certain date? I don't really know, but you'll be able to play it free this weekend with your membership. If none of that is up to your taste, you're like, I don't really know, none of these games are really appealing to me, Activision is also doing a separate free-to-play weekend for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that'll go until Monday the 19th for that Call of Duty deal. Next up, let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Now, a lot of people have been looking forward to this game because There's a lot of Harry Potter fans out in the world. People go cuckoo for this kind of stuff. And this seems to be one of the most advanced Harry Potter games yet, coming out in February. It is a prequel to the Harry Potter series, and I believe it takes place like sometime in the late 1800s. And from what we've seen so far, it looks like this open world Harry Potter RPG. And there's even some cool elements, like you can tame different beasts, fly them around, fly around in the world on your broom. You can build your own house, you can make potions in that house. Looks like it's packed with these little features that RPG fans are really going to enjoy and appreciate. There was a little drama of like, who are the guys making this game, man? Like, no one really knows what they're about. We don't really know their body of work. It's certainly not like anything that they've done in the past, this game. But so far, everything that we've seen looks pretty cool. Even the combat for this game, I'm looking at it, I'm like, whoa, I'm watching these wizards take these people and use their wands to bash these enemies into the pavement. Brutal. I'm like, whoa, you can't see this stuff in Sorcerer's Stone. So again, this game is set to release in February of 2023. A lot of people were hoping for that December release date, but it got pushed back to February. But that February release date, it's only for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. That is right, Hogwarts Legacy is officially pushing back the launch date of their Xbox One and PS4 ports. And if you've been keeping up with this channel, this follows a trend where these third-party developers are having some trouble with the last-gen ports of their game. We're seeing more and more people abandon last-gen technology entirely, as was the case with games like Gotham Knights. So instead of releasing alongside the PS5 and the Xbox Series S, the last-gen versions are being pushed back to April 2023 now. The game's official Twitter account tweeted this out. They said Hogwarts Legacy will launch on April 4th, 2023 for PS4 and Xbox One, and on July 25th, 2023 for Nintendo Switch. The team is looking forward to bringing you the game, and we want to deliver the best possible game experience across all platforms. So kind of disappointing for all my Xbox One brothers out there, but at least the delay is not super significant. We're talking a matter of just like 2 or 3 months. But again, we're kind of seeing the complications of developing games cross-generationally. And I'm surprised to see that they said that the Switch version is coming out just a little bit after that. Because I gotta be honest, I was like, there's no way that this game is coming to Switch on time. It's gonna keep getting delayed. Last time I heard, before this tweet, they were targeting like a Christmas 2023 release for the Switch version. And I kept trying to explain to my wife, I'm saying, if you want to play it, when it launches, you gotta play on either my Xbox or my PS5. And she just could not understand. She's like, well, why isn't it coming out for Switch? I wanna play it on Switch. I'm like, listen to me. I don't know when it's gonna come to Switch, because look at how Pokemon Violet and Scarlet's running. They can't even run that on Switch. How can you expect to run a game like Hogwarts Legacy? So if you wanna be among the first people to play Hogwarts Legacy and you're out there and you're still rocking with an Xbox One, now might be the perfect time to upgrade, at least to a Series S, because that Cyber Monday deal that we saw, $240 for an Xbox Series S, is still live. It's ending on Christmas Eve. So you have a little bit over a week and some change, to grab and capitalize on that deal for the Series S. I highly recommend it. I love my Series S, and this is coming from a guy who had already owned an Xbox Series X. I have a gaming laptop, a gaming PC sort of situation, and I still end up using my Series S for a lot of stuff. The holiday bundle that we saw for Black Friday is still on sale as well for $250. So if you want to prepare for that first round of Hogwarts Legacy in February, you don't want to wait a couple of months until April to play the last gen versions, I highly recommend you capitalize on this deal. And that's not the only game that we'll be able to take full advantage of when you get that Series S for $240 or $250. The Witcher 3 next gen version also has a performance mode on the Series S. So there's not going to be any more drama of like, oh, the Series S can't have a performance mode on The Witcher 3, the Series S sucks, the Series S is a potato. You know, the whole song and dance that we do every time we see these next gen updates. It happened previously with Cyberpunk, it happened previously with Dying Light, and then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, they were like, just kidding, we have 60 frames per second on the Series S. No, Series S owners are gonna get that 60 frames per second, that performance mode, right when they get their next gen version of The Witcher 3, which is free if you already own a copy. Of course, that's not as impressive as getting a game like Cyberpunk to run at 60 frames per second on the Series S because, yes, The Witcher 3 is, at this point, I can't believe it, 7 years old. I bought that game on my birthday back in 2015 to treat myself. But it's still very encouraging to see that Series S owners are not going to be left out of these updates that other people are enjoying on the PS5 and on the Xbox Series X. Again, if you already have a copy of The Witcher 3, you're going to get that update for free. Only thing it doesn't come with, as a reminder, is Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, the 2 DLC content packs that they released after The Witcher 3 concluded. Now let's talk about the Xbox MVP program. According to Windows Central, Xbox is shuttering the program. They're not going to be doing it anymore. It coincides, allegedly, according to this Windows Central article, with the rise of the Xbox Insider program and the Xbox Ambassador program. Now, the Xbox MVP program, from my understanding, was actually pretty cool. You get nominated by the community, and then Xbox was like, okay, we're going to give that person this award. And not only do they get this award, but they also get to come to really cool events. They get to offer feedback on certain features and test them out before everyone else. So they're shutting down the program later this month, December 30th, 2022. But for everyone who's currently an Xbox MVP or a past winner, they get to basically grandfather their status in. They got legacy MVP status. Now, a lot of those things that used to be exclusive to MVPs are being enjoyed by a much more wider array of people. For example, testing new features. That is something that you can do. Anyone can sign up for as an Xbox Insider. Xbox also has the Ambassador program, which is essentially another program that enables any Xbox fan to contribute positively to the Xbox community, which is a kind of cool thing. You don't need to be an MVP to test out features. You don't need to be an MVP to be an Xbox Ambassador. According to this article, over half of the MVPs were Xbox Ambassadors anyway, and then a select few of them are going to become champion ambassadors. Looking back at this article, it says Xbox MVPs who are invited to become Xbox Ambassador community champions can continue to participate in confidential discussions to provide feedback directly to Xbox on existing or future plans. So it seems that people who won the MVP award are still going to be a pivotal part in Xbox's plans going into the future. But honestly, I think it's cool that Xbox provides these avenues for people to participate in giving Xbox feedback and spreading positivity throughout the community. And that's something that's super important to me personally, because we need that, and that's important to me. Like, we need more people out there who are conscious of the fact that, like, okay, I am an Xbox ambassador, I am a representative of Xbox unofficially, like I've been deputized, and having those people create a welcoming environment to the Xbox ecosystem. We don't need like more console warriors fighting each other and calling each other names on Twitter. And sometimes it's kind of concerning. I'll see people on social media with the Xbox ambassador tag in their bio, and they're saying like crazy vitriolic stuff. If you are interested in becoming an Xbox ambassador, all you gotta do is go to ambassadors.microsoft.com and then sign up through there. Who knows, maybe you can be like MVP status, community champion status yourself.